You're having the most unpleasant effect on my senses, madam. I can't say as I've ever seen the like of it. Repulsive, to say the least. You're having the most unpleasant effect on my senses, sir. I can't say as I've ever seen the like of it. Repulsive, to say the least. You wish to test my power, stranger? I'd not recommend it. Such a waste of my time. Goodbye. Yes. I'd rather not wrinkle my garments over such trivial matters. I suppose I can look past your faults this one time. My name is Geoffrey Tarellond-Ashe, and who, might I ask, are you? I'm tending to my own business. That's what I'm doing. I swear the manners of the peasantry. I think you heard me just fine, madam. Now, unless you plan on becoming less of an annoyance, I suggest you leave. Really, I have little time for your insignificant drivel. I think you heard me just fine, my good man. Now, unless you plan on becoming less of an annoyance, I suggest you leave. Really, I have little time for your insignificant drivel. Perhaps you're not as ignorant and as bland as you look, stranger. You've at least the brain power to conceive an amusing response. Nicely done. You've not the barbarian upbringing I expected. Mine? Oh, the usual, raised in Caledon, schooled in Tarrant, summers off the coast of Catan. I'm of the Fallsburg Tarellond-Ashes, if you know that sort of thing. I spent a few years in Tula among the old wizards. Bloody boring bunch of old codgers. Oh, I dabbled in the necromantic arts, mainly on the darker side. A little of this and that. I've a job waiting for me in Tarrant with one of the newer mage consortiums, if I've ever a mind to go there. Haven't you heard? Ashbury has a problem with its cemetery. Seems they've got bloody zombies just sprouting up from the ground every night, and nobody knows why. I just happened to be travelling through here on my way back to Caledon, and I thought I'd look into the matter. Well, just between you and I, there's quite a famous individual buried here in the Ashbury graveyard, a fellow by the name of Malachi Wrench, who was quite a necromancer in his time, wrote a few controversial texts, that sort of thing. Yes, I'm getting to that. I think the old chap was buried with something powerful, and whatever it is finally got out, and now every dead John and Barry in this town is coming back to dinner. Quite a good story, if that's your cup of tea. And so I want whatever the hell is down there, and I plan on finding out just as soon as I can figure out a way to get rid of these bloody zombies. Yes, you just might be useful after all. I'd be willing to offer you 500 gold pieces for whatever is raising these zombies. Was there anything else? Splendid! Let's get to work, then. Yes, what is it? Splendid. It seems I picked a competent companion after all. Now, if you'll hand over the gem, I'll give you your money. Thank you ever so much. This will come in handy, I'm sure. Say, perhaps we shall continue on together. You're quite tolerable once a chap gets to know you. I dare say perhaps you haven't the manners I credited you for. Good day to you, madam. I dare say perhaps you haven't the manners I credited you for. Good day to you, sir. Jolly good. It will be a regular adventure, and it will do me some good to rough it for a while. Onward! Sorry, good woman, that wasn't part of the agreement. Now hand over the gem, and this won't have to get uncivilized. Sorry, old boy, that wasn't part of the agreement. Now hand over the gem, and this won't have to get uncivilized. Last time I ask politely. What's it going to be? I'll have that gem one way or another. Goodbye, friend. I suppose this is goodbye, then. Can't say as how I'm all that upset to see you go. Really? I'm very interested in obtaining that object. I'll pay you 500 gold pieces for it right now. Thank you so much. Good day to you. Perhaps I need to be a little clearer. You're going to give me that gem, and I'm going to pay you a handsome fee of 500 gold pieces. Now hand it over. Last time I ask politely. What's it going to be? You're not a bad sort. Nice doing business with you. I say there, we seem to be going the wrong way. Are you quite serious about finding out what's happening here in the graveyard or not? I see. Well, I'll be waiting by the entrance once you're ready. I see that you're not all that serious about solving the mystery of the cemetery. When you are, meet me at the entrance. Are you ready to go and find whatever it is that is making these zombies? What is it you're bothering me with now? Yes, I suppose I could answer a few trivial questions, as long as it's not too bothersome. Bloody well took your time about it. Let's be off, then. Yes, I suppose I might be able to wait for a few moments, but be quick about it. I'll not be left standing around here forever. Fine, then. It's not as if I can't find traveling companions. More than likely they'll have better manners, as well as a few more brains under their hat. Good day to you. Oh, it's you. Can't say as I'm surprised that you're back. Perhaps you've come down with a mild case of civility? Is that it? What is it you want? Oh, sod off, Smythe. You always were such a damn stick in the mud. It's obvious that our friend here has better taste than to choose an old ninny like you over me. I am right, am I not? Friend? Was there anything else? Well, I suppose I could tolerate your company a little while longer. Can't say as you're a boring individual to hang around. Good then, let's be off. Well, I see you finally decided to come back. Don't worry that you left old Geoffrey waiting, oh no. Well, I suppose I could overlook the offence just this once. Can't expect too much from an individual like yourself now, can I? Shall we be off? I don't know, but it's bloody small and it smells like a barnyard. What is that? Cow droppings? Oh, dear God! What do I know of this place? This is Tarrant. What don't I know of it? Full of barbarous technologists and uncultured labourers. The whole damn city screams new money. You'll be hard-pressed to find a decent cup of tea in this place, not to mention they're not very fond of magical types like myself. No, it's not a bad place. Better than Tarrant, but not much. Full of old nobles who wouldn't know good taste from the rumpled bloomers, and they still got a bloody king here. Talk about antiquated political views. It's enough to make a man toss his crumpets. Durnhelm? Oh, God, don't get me started. There's never been a more pathetic, boring, depressing place in the history of Arcanum. Wasn't always this way, but good old King Praetor has doomed the place through his stupendous short-sightedness. The sooner we leave here, the better. Ashbury? 2 words. Old people. Of course, there is quite an interesting castle not far from here. I seem to remember something about it being haunted. Just my sort of thing. Yes, I know a bit about Stillwater. They've got some legend about a creature who roams the hills sucking the flesh off of unwary hunters or something like that. You know me, always ready to hear a good, scary story. I think they make fairly good weapons here as well. Oh, I know Tula all too well. Spent 2 of the most boring years here. Didn't leave on the best of terms with the headmaster, if you know what I mean. Crotchety old codger. Goes by the name of Simeon Tor. I can't say I know anything about it, but I must admit I'm having a wonderful time here. These dark elves are my sort of people. You can just feel the evil flowing through the place. Not a bad spot for a summer home. The Isle of Despair, full of criminals and evil sorts. I really don't mind the place all that much. This? Oh, it's only the Isle of Thanatos, Monster Island, I think they call it. Can't say as I'm extremely happy to be here, considering that it's more than likely the most dangerous place in all of Arcanum. Have I thanked you for the wonderful holiday, my friend? The Isle of Despair? Well, of course, who doesn't? It's just off the eastern coast. Here, I'll mark your map with it. Not that it's going to do you any good. There's no way to get there, seeing as how it's a prison colony. Not exactly the kind of place you go for a holiday. Kintara? The Elven Tree City? Well, if I knew that, I'd be a rich man. Not that I'm poor by any standards, of course. But the location of Kintara is a well-sought-after secret. You'll be hard-pressed to find someone who knows where it is. Victor Misk? Yes, the name is familiar. Fairly respected collector of books, unless I'm quite mistaken, which I rarely am. I believe the fellow lives in Caledon. Just no accounting for some men's tastes. Aranax! Bloody powerful old elf! Unless I'm mixing him up with someone else. There were so many damned elves running around during the Age of Legends. I swear, if you didn't have pointy ears and a gauchish complexion back then, you weren't making the historical who's who. Oh, so very old-fashioned. Oh, didn't we go over this already? Oh, that's right, we were speaking of the other fellow. Nasruddin, let's see. Head of the Elven Council during the Age of Legends, I believe. I'm also fairly certain that those Panari seem to hold him in fairly high regard as well. Elven wisdom and all that. Bloody boring, if you ask me. Vendigroth Ruins? I wasn't even aware there was such a thing. I mean, I'm not surprised. Just about anything that spends any time in the Vendigroth Wastes is going to come to ruin. Sometimes I'm just so bloody clever. The Ring of Brodgar? Well, it's all tied in with Nasruddin and Aranax. Oh, bother it all. I slept through most of my elven history classes. I seem to recall something about magical wards or some such nonsense. Kurgan? He was the first of the necromancers, my ignorant friend. He started the whole bloody business, conjuring souls, raising the dead. If it was evil or forbidden, Kurgan was the one who did it. Interesting chap. I must say I'm looking forward to meeting him. What are we going to do now? Are you bloody joking? We're going to stop playing this game because you've already won, you damn fool. Go to sleep. Do you have any idea what hour it is? I swear I just don't understand some people. Oh, so glad you finally noticed. So very courteous of you to think of someone other than your bloody self. I don't know if I can look past this, but, well, if you were to find me a bottle of Chateau de Baron brandy, I might just be able to forgive your oversight. Oh, you're so unforgivably charming, aren't you? I suppose we can forget about it. For now, mind you. Ah! Exquisite, my friend. I must say that I'm having trouble remembering why I was angry with you at all. Well, I wouldn't be too long about it, friend. A man only has so much patience, you know. Well, I say, I don't deserve such treatment from the likes of you. We'll just see what comes of that. I say there, we seem to be going the wrong way. Are you quite serious about finding out what's happening here in the graveyard or not? I see. Well, I'll be waiting by the entrance once you're ready. I would choose my traveling companions a bit more wisely if I were you. Oh, bosh! Old Simeon and I never saw eye to eye on things. Always had his nose in a bloody scroll or something. Has a sense of humor of an old bone. Yes, I'll try to keep my opinions to myself. I can't stand Tula. Everyone is so bloody boring. You'd think it was a damn graveyard with all the walking dead around here. Thank you so much for resurrecting me. I must say I don't especially enjoy being dead. Yes, of course. Let's be off, then. Hello again. What is it you need now? Is there anything else? Oh, goodness, I've gone and died! Do me a favor and resurrect me, won't you? This whole death experience is rather painful. Well, I must say I'm quite impressed with your resourcefulness. Thank you for resurrecting me. Yes. Well, I suppose that what the old codger says is true. I mean, about death and all. He was the first of us, and bloody powerful as well. One almost has to admire the bastard. Yes, admire him indeed. Well, how could I not? The man is a legend in my circles. What? Not much you can do to argue with him. A man would have to be a bloody fool to get on the bad side of Kurgan the Terrible. But no one ever said I wasn't a bloody fool. Had you going there, didn't I? Did you really think I would sit back and watch this madman destroy the world? Ha! Never! Half the fun in life is tormenting the souls of the dead. You can count on me, madam. But no one ever said I wasn't a bloody fool. I had you going there, didn't I? Did you really think I would sit back while this madman destroyed the world? Ha! Never! Half the fun in life is tormenting the souls of the dead. I'm with you on this one, old boy. Greetings to you. Yes? What do you want? Hello again. I'm sorry, did you, need something else? What brings you back around? Would you like some healing, madam? Would you like some healing, old chap? I'm all done with that. Excuse me, but, were you born in a bloody barn? Please cover yourself. Now there's a laugh. A damned barbarian walking the streets. Huh. Strange company you're keeping these days. Oh, goodness, another damned show-off. That look went out last year, madam. Oh, goodness, another damned show-off. That look went out last year, old boy. Interesting. Perhaps you should take a look in the mirror. I dare say you're not quite yourself, madam. Interesting. Perhaps you should take a look in the mirror. I dare say you're not quite yourself, sir. Oh, please, must we really do this sort of thing? Invisibility is so blasé. I must say, you're about the most repulsive being I've ever known. Listen, you're bothering me. I mean, really bothering me. I'm only going to say this once. Get away from me. I don't know how to say this nicely, so I won't. You're absolutely revolting. Oh, you again. You're really annoying me. Just get out of my sight. Oh, there you are, my little friend. I almost stepped on you. That's quite a laugh. Sorry, madam, but you're a bit too noble for Geoffrey Tarellond-Ashe. Sorry, old boy, but you're a bit too noble for Geoffrey Tarellond-Ashe. No, simply put, I just don't like you. Not at all. Farewell, then. Well, goodbye to you, then. I suppose. Sorry, but I'm just not going to do that. Watch it, you bloody numbskull! Oh, good show, madam. That's showing them who's in charge. Oh, good show, old boy. That's showing them who's in charge. Oh, goodness. I've never seen such incompetence. Sorry, but you seem to have a few too many friends as it is. No, it seems you're lacking leadership skills. Sorry, madam, but you're not quite worldly enough for me. I'd recommend you travel a bit more. Sorry, old boy, but you're not quite worldly enough for me. I'd recommend you travel a bit more. Wait! No! I'm leaving this mess. Hate to be a bother, but I'm sure I'm better qualified to do that. What in the bloody blazes are you doing? Stop attacking your own friends. Excuse me. You're beginning to show an alarming tendency for good nobility. Any more of that, and I can't say as how long I'll be around. I'm really beginning to dislike you, friend. If this trend continues, you'll be travelling without me. Understood? Oh, I've been hurt quite badly. Don't just stand there, heal me! Yes, hello there, friend. Might I speak with you a moment? Yes, this place, this temple, I think I know what it is. Well, we don't talk about it much. Necromancers, I mean. The symbol there, the eagle with the snake's head, that's the symbol of the Darien Ka. They were a secret order of dark necromancers, formed during the Age of Legends. The darker arts haven't always been so well received, and so they used to practice their magics in secret. I wasn't aware that they actually had a temple. A bit spooky, if you ask me. Sorry, but it's not something I talk about frequently. It's kind of an old boy's affair, if you get my meaning. Fraternity oaths and all that. Always glad to be of service. Yes, well, you see... bother it all. It was a bloody fraternity prank. Robes, candles, chanting, that sort of thing. Someone had found one of the old texts in the library, so we pledged an oath. I mean, we didn't actually think it meant anything. Yes, listen here. I know a little about the Grey Legions. You might want to think about stepping carefully around this fellow. Remember, they were raised for one purpose and one purpose only. I think that would be advisable, friend. And whatever happens, don't ask the old chap to come along with us. I mean, I like a good reanimation as much as the next man, but really, it's so gauche to travel with the undead, and I really don't trust him in any case.
What? Who dares disturb the exile of Thunderstone? What? An elf? Have you any idea? I dream every day of the death I would rain down on your cursed race. And here you are, violating my solitude, my sorrow. Quiet. This insolence is unforgivable. The violation of my ancient right for solitude in exile is not broken so easily. Your life hangs in the balance, stranger. Speak quickly, lest you taste of the fury of Harrow. My son, Randver, he would dare permit such an affront? I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings. These laws are passed down through the mountain from the beginning of remembered time. Your life is forfeit to them, as is my own. Do you understand? Yes, I'm very sure you do. You stole their honor and then stripped me of mine. I've thought much on your previous threats, elf. Perhaps we should negotiate once again. No, I'm very sorry, but you've made a terrible, terrible mistake. You're going nowhere. I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings. These laws are passed down through the mountain from the beginning of remembered time. Your life is forfeit to them, as is my own. Do you understand, my son? Randver? Even he has no right to ignore these laws, nor does his word or permission negate them. Prepare to die, stranger. I don't think you understand. I will have my justice. No one has the right to intrude upon my sorrow. You've nothing to offer for your violation, and so your life will be the offering I take. You have the audacity to take such a tone with me? I've spilled oceans of blood with this axe. The bodies of the fallen would make a mountain to hide the sun. And you dare, dwarf betrayer. You've spoken the wrong words, stranger, and Harrow will be your judge. These words will be your last, fool. Harrow will now be your judge. No, stranger, you must listen to me. I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings. These laws are passed down through the mountain from the beginning of remembered time. Your life is forfeit to them, as is my own. Do you understand? I care not of your race, dwarf. Do you have any idea the number of dwarves who have fallen under the blade of Harrow? What do I care of another? What? How do you know? Speak quickly. Your life still hangs in the balance. You've tried my patience for the last time, stranger. Do it again, and I'll split you in two. Forgive my harsh words before, dwarf brother. I mean you no harm. My crimes are heinous enough without adding to them more dwarfen blood. Forgive me, my elven friend. So much has happened to me. I've raged in these caverns for so long, I know you had nothing to do with what has gone before. I've no words, no words. My crime, it seems, is even more heinous than I thought. I deserve much worse than this mere isolation. In all the time since the judgment was passed, I have never spoken of it. My shame has held my tongue. It seems that very shame shall now, finally, bring the betrayal to light. A delegation of elves sent from the Silver Lady herself. They came not long after Bates had built his first steam engine. Technology in the hands of the human had spread and advanced at an alarming rate, and the elves were hit first and hardest. Their forests were being cleared with the help of technology. Massive steam-powered clear-cutters. The oldest groves, towering and untouched for thousands of years, were being destroyed without prejudice. I saw much of this with my own eyes. The ancient forest of Morbihan is little more than a graveyard now. There are many reasons. Humans, in comparison with the other races, live such short lives. Because of this, I believe that every human action is motivated through fear. The fear of death. You would think that this was a relative issue, that humans would learn to live with this limitation and accept it. This is not true. And therefore, humans, when confronted with any situation, see it through the veil of their own mortality. Achieve, advance, perform. Humans are constantly driven by the shadow of their own death. This fear, unfortunately, clouds their judgment, deadens their sense of right and wrong. Humans act first, think later, and feel last of all. When Bates was given a look at our technology, he was overcome. As a human, his first thought was, what can I use this for? When it should have been, what is the cost of its use? Technology exploded in their hands because they are not burdened with our longevity. Humans rarely live long enough to see the consequences of their mistakes. The Silver Lady is Mother Queen to the elves. She is very old, much older than I, and very powerful in the ways of magic. The delegation told me that she was extremely hurt and angry about the damage that had been done. According to them, because of her age and power, she was hurt the most by the clearing. Her connection to the forests was strongest of all. No, I'm not sure if any but elven eyes have ever been laid upon her. Over the years, we have corresponded through messengers. Elves and dwarves are very different, and we tend to stay away from one another. But our relationship, as culturally strained as it may be, has always been civil. We don't necessarily understand one another, but we've always respected the differences. In Kintara, the oldest city of the elves, somewhere within the glimmering forest. I'm unsure, but I don't believe so. But the delegation said that the crimes were against all elves. You see, elves feel a very strong connection to the world, to nature, and especially to forests. It's said that elven souls reside in the oldest trees. I don't know if this is true, but I do know there to be a strong connection between living things and magic. I've said before that there is a strong connection between living things and magic, and the magic flows the most strongly in the veins of elves. Dwarves are very different. We feel a strong connection to the earth, but in another way. We love those things which are eternal, unchangeable, earth, stone, metal. In those things are strength, but not life as you know it. They said that if the Black Mountain clan was not punished, there would be war. War! I told them that a punishment was already being decided upon, and that we, as dwarves, would deal with them. They refused. They claimed rights as the afflicted, and therefore as the judges. They agreed that exile was a suitable punishment, but they wanted to be the vessel of that retribution. No. I know that there was a time of violence, many years ago, among the elves. But from what I know of them, They are a very rational, peace-loving people. They know that ultimately war benefits no one. I was very surprised when they came and threatened it. Yes, the more we talk about it, I begin to get the same feeling. Yes, the elves would have been angry, but would they really have threatened war? Morbihan was a tragedy, but directly affected none of the elven communities. Perhaps my fear blinded me to such things before. And now this mystery. Where are the dwarves of the Black Mountain clan? I am very old, stranger. You may know nothing of me, but believe me when I tell you that I've seen enough dwarven blood spilled to fill 1,000 lifetimes. Have you any idea what it would mean for there to be a war between the elves and the dwarves? Arcanum itself would not survive the conflict. And I was so very tired of filling tombs with the bodies of my people. But nothing. I chose to spare the dwarves, the world, the price of such a war. What was one clan's honor in comparison with the sheer cataclysm that would result otherwise? You ask what right they had? None. They merely forced a choice, and I chose the path of least resistance, the least pain. That was my betrayal, stranger. But that is the point. I am king of the dwarves. It is my responsibility to lead them, to protect them. But most importantly, it is my responsibility to defend their honor, their dwarven honor. By allowing my own fear or concern, regardless of how justified that fear might be, to overshadow their honor, was an unforgivable transgression. Even as king, the choice is never mine as to whether even one dwarf is stripped of his honor. I should have brought this to the people, or just flatly refused from the beginning. I was a coward, a failure, and this exile is my punishment. Given the choice now, I would have waged war against all of Arcanum to uphold the honor of that foolish little clan. I don't know, stranger. I think that it is too late for me. No, my friend, it is no longer my burden. I've taken up another. I've failed the dwarves once. I shall never do so again. Leave me here. Tell Randver he won't be seeing me any more. I see now that the price for my cowardice is even more costly than I'd imagined. My poor dwarven brothers. I'm so very, very sorry. What? What do you know of the nature of dwarven stone? You, an outsider. How could you possibly know of such things? Perhaps you are a dwarf. Nonetheless, these are beliefs and concepts it takes a lifetime to reconcile. How could you possibly begin to understand how I feel? Perhaps, but you are not even a dwarf. These are beliefs and concepts it takes a lifetime to reconcile. How could you possibly begin to understand how I feel? Yes, I know. I've thought long and hard about this. Dwarven stone tells me that any transgression against our honor is unthinkable. But my shape, as king, as their father, told me to protect them. I'd shouldered so much of their pain, I could do it no longer. Yes, your words sound true, stranger. I know that no man is flawless. But I also know that each man's load to bear is different. A larger load carries more responsibility. Mine is heaviest of all. Therefore the price for my betrayal must be the most costly. What? What do you mean? The nature of the betrayal? I failed my people. Isn't that what is most important here? The betrayal was against their stone. It seems, sadly, that my own stone is flawed. You shame me, stranger. Your words are harsh, but undeniably true. Perhaps you are correct, but it doesn't change what I've done, nor the price I need to pay. It is best if you just leave an old dwarf here to rot. It is your place to right this wrong. How then? How can I do so? By Alberic. You are right. I've been blinded by my own shame and not seen the true betrayal. I've betrayed myself and my people along with me. I shall return, stranger. I shall be king. By the name of Thunderstone, I swear it. Of course, I'll do anything within my power to help you. As I said, they were supposedly sent from the Silver Lady. I know very little of them. But I do have a name. Perhaps that will be enough for you to uncover this mystery. The delegation was sent by someone named Mingorad, and I had many correspondences with this elf. Here is a letter that was sent to me by him. I'm unsure. The entire situation reeks of deception. I would tell you to seek him in Kintara, but I don't even know if the delegation was sent from there or not. Regardless, you may want to begin your search there. The Silver Lady might know of this Mingorad. I don't know, unfortunately. The location of Kintara is a well-guarded secret, but I do know it lies within the Glimmering Forest. The small town of Stillwater lies near the edge of that forest. Perhaps there you might find someone who knows where it is. Here, I'll mark your map with Stillwater's location. Wait. I'm much to blame for this situation. My fear and cowardice have helped in bringing about this tragedy. I feel I must do something to help you. Please, take Harrow, the first axe of my family. Its blade strikes true and deep in the hands of the righteous, especially if those hands are dwarven. Within it is the strength of the Thunderstones. I give it to you. I'm sure you will. Godspeed on your quest, my friend. And if you do find out what happened to the Black Mountain clan, return to me. I would be very interested in finding out what really happened to them. Very interested. I'm sure you will. Godspeed on your quest, my friend. There is an easier way to return to the surface. There is a secret passage just behind me that Randver uses when he comes to speak with me. Within it, you will encounter no trouble. Good luck. Your words bite deep, stranger. Your story has done little to ease my shame. If anything, it serves as a reminder of my failure. I will speak no further of this, ever. I can give you no help but this. Take this, a letter sent to me from the Elven delegation. Within it is a name, Mingorad. It's all I have, and all I'm willing to give. Perhaps you should seek out Kintara, city of the elves. I know not where it is, but the village of Stillwater is near the edge of the Glimmering Forest, in which, it is said, Kintara lies. Maybe someone there will know where to find it. I'll say no more. Leave me. I return to my exile. I am nothing. Yes, I am Loghaire, and you have made a terrible mistake. This insolence is unforgivable. The violation of my ancient right for solitude in exile is not broken so easily. Your life hangs in the balance, stranger. Speak quickly, lest you taste of the fury of Harrow. You have the audacity to take that tone with me? I've spilled oceans of blood with this axe. The bodies of the fallen would make a mountain to hide the sun. And you dare? No, you listen. I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings. These laws are passed down through the mountain from the beginning of remembered time. Your life is forfeit to them, as is my own. Do you understand? Those words will be your last, fool. Harrow, my family's axe, will now be your judge. No. I'm very sorry, but you've made a terrible, terrible mistake. You're going nowhere. I've come here to writhe upon the blade of my sorrow, to live the 1,000 deaths by the ancient right of kings, and you presume to disturb me? These laws are passed down from the beginning of remembered time, and your life is forfeit to them. Do you understand? What? What is wrong with you, stranger? Are you dim? What is a simpleton like you doing roaming the caverns of the Dredge? Then speak, foolish one. I've no stomach for slaughtering idiots, but my patience runs thin. Oh no. My crime is even worse than I'd imagined. Mere exile is no suitable punishment for the atrocity I've committed. It's no longer important, friend. There's nothing I can do to right this wrong. The elves? They had threatened war. War! Do you know what a war between the elves and the dwarves would mean? Arcanum wouldn't have survived the conflict. And yet now, knowing this about the Black Mountain clan, I would have warred against the entire world to defend their honor. Technology had ruined their forests. Steam-powered logging machines. And they blamed the Black Mountain clan for sharing their technology with Bates. It doesn't matter anymore. It seems I've been fooled and have sacrificed my dwarven brethren to some darker plot. It seems I was never fit to lead. Take this, a letter sent to me from the elves who approached me. Within it is a name, Mingorad. Perhaps you should seek out Kintara, city of the elves. I know not where it is, but the village of Stillwater is near the edge of the glimmering forest, in which, it is said, Kintara lies. Maybe someone there will know where to find it. This is all I have, and all I'm willing to give. I'll say no more. Leave me. I return to my exile. I am nothing. I make preparations to return to my clan. Good luck, my friend. What? What is this? I am dead. You've killed me, and now you call me back to the lands of the living? And the pain I feel, worse here than anything I ever felt in life. What? Oh! The pain is great. Perhaps only this is a true punishment for my crimes. I must endure crimes against my people. The Black Mountain clan. I betrayed them all. What? What do you mean? Were they killed? Oh, it hurts. Then where? Where are they? The elves. They threatened war. Mingorad, the name of the elf. Please, leave me alone. I must face this pain alone. I don't know. Try to find Kintara. I don't know where it is, but someone in Stillwater might be able to help you. Oh, gods, please let me be. No, I know nothing more. Leave me alone. Yes, Magnus, the symbol is the same. You are of the Iron Clan, Magnus Shalefist. I, Loghaire Thunderstone of the Wheel Clan, pledge my friendship to you and your people. May the Iron Clan again rise to its ancient glory, as did my own. You have much to consider, Magnus Shalefist. The Iron Clan and all of its history are now in your hands. The clan will need a chieftain, and I see no better dwarf than you to assume that position. Such a responsibility is not taken lightly. Remember that in the days to come. That will be up to Magnus, and is also a matter of grave importance. All dwarves who follow the Thunderstone do so of their own choice. I would welcome the Iron Clan to our kingdom, but the choice must be made by its chieftain. Greetings. It's good to see you again. And again I thank you. I have assumed my rightful place as King of the Dwarves. I've made peace with my past, but have not forgotten its lessons. Tell me, have you found anything out about the fate of the Black Mountain clan? Well, good luck to you then, and return here if you do find out. An interesting story. And I see that you've brought along Princess Raven. Greetings, Princess. No, we've never met. In truth, I've never met your mother, either. As you know, relations between the elves and the dwarves have always been, well, strained at best. I thank you, Princess Raven. Perhaps this might be a turning point between the Wheel clan and the elves of Kintara. Once we have addressed this evil, of course. This reaches much further than even I thought. The fate of Arcanum itself hangs in the balance. It seems it is again my place to make things right. I mean that your friend here is not the only dwarf in Arcanum who's willing to take part in this quest. Tell me, young brother, who are you? Magnus Shalefist, eh? It's a pleasure to meet you, Magnus. I don't believe I've ever heard the name of Shalefist. Which clan are you of? I see. Listen, lad. A dwarf carries his clan in his heart. No time nor distance can keep you apart from them, and eventually a dwarf always comes home. Do you understand, Magnus? You're doing that already, lad. You've done enough to make any clan proud. Arcanum is in need of heroes, and you've heeded the call. I am ready to heed that call as well. I'm saying that I mean to do whatever is necessary to avenge my people and save our world. I see. We were betrayed, lied to by these dark elves. And who is this? Is this girl not an elf? Her dress is not that of the elves of Kintara. Who is she? What? You dare to bring one of the betrayers to our very homes? The crimes they have committed against my people are unforgivable. I will have my revenge. Are you going to defend this evil woman, brother? What is your name? What clan are you from? Speak. I see, lad. Forgive me for my outburst. But this elf... She has betrayed our people, Magnus Shalefist. Can you deny this? Something must be done. I don't understand. You live among them, and yet you don't believe as they believe? That makes no sense. Why should I trust you any more than they? Lorek, how dare you speak that name here? It is blasphemy. His betrayal of the Dwarven Stone was an even greater crime than that of your people. I'll not be questioned by your kind elf. That has nothing at all to do with what your people are responsible for. Yes, you are correct. I am old, and sometimes it is hard for an old man to see new truths. Forgive me, Xanaloran. If your companions trust you, then so do I. You are welcome in the Wheel clan. And now, it is time that I play my part in this as well. Yes, I think you would be a fine companion. I've already made preparations. Should we leave now? Yes, to whatever awaits us. Do you need anything else? Hello, my friend. How can I help you? What is it you need? What do you want to know? Yes. What is it? Yes. Let us continue this journey. I'll wait for you here, but don't be too long. Dwarves aren't known for their patience. I'm not sure if that's such a wise course of action, my friend. One can always use the wisdom and strength of the dwarves. But I suppose you must make your own choices. Farewell. Greetings, my friend. Have you reconsidered bringing me along? Was there anything else? Of course I will. Arcanum is in her darkest hour, and dwarves don't sit idly by when they are needed. Let us go. Keep the king of the dwarves waiting, will you? As if I'd sit around till the sun sets on forever. Me, Loghaire Thunderstone, have you no respect for me? Yes, as long as you know better than to keep me waiting again. Caledon is a proud city. Back before... when the dwarves were more active in the affairs of the world, we helped build this magnificent city. A dwarf actually designed the royal castle. They've destroyed the original dwarven lines by adding all that ill-conceived human technology. Shameful. This looks to be Shrouded Hills, a small mining village from what I remember. I remember there was a battle not far from here during the clan wars. Wouldn't this be Tarrant? I've never been here, but I heard that of all the places in Arcanum, Tarrant has benefited the most from technology. I've also heard that the Bates boy, Gilbert Bates, lives here as well. This is Kintara. It's insanity to live this far from the ground, if you ask me. I don't like it here, truth be told. I can feel magic in the air, and it makes me nauseous. What do I know about this place? You must be jesting. The Wheel Clan is my home. I know everything about this place. Tula. I thought I felt nauseous in Kintara, but this is near unbearable. I can't stomach all this magic. I'm beginning to wish this place actually was a myth. Dark elves. This is their home. Tsanang, I spit on you. I cannot describe the fury that drives my thoughts at the moment, madam. I will have my satisfaction from the Dark Elves. I promise you that. I cannot describe the fury that drives my thoughts at the moment, sir. I will have my satisfaction from the Dark Elves. I promise you that. I think that we should look for the grave of that old elf. Something about all of this doesn't feel quite right, but I can't quite place the feeling. I can tell you that Thanatos is no day in the park. I, for one, am looking forward to the pure thrill of combat against seemingly insurmountable odds. It will be a glorious death, eh? Ha! I like your sense of humor, miss. Don't take it so hard. There is a slight chance we will survive. Ha! I like your sense of humor, boy. Don't take it so hard. There is a slight chance we will survive. The wastes are supposed to be the most dangerous tract of land in all Arcanum. I know we're meant to be searching out Aranax, but we must not forget about the Black Mountain clan. Only if I can find a way to return them to Arcanum will I feel I have begun to repay them for my grievous error. Patience is undoubtedly a kingly virtue, but your actions of late have been questionable. But even a king has his vices. Were you to find me some good dwarven snuff, I might be persuaded to overlook certain things. Yes, well, I suppose even a king can be wrong from time to time. Let's forget we ever spoke of it. Such good snuff it is, my friend. I'm a new dwarf. Let's continue on. Good. I don't know how long I can tolerate the current situation. Well, that's no attitude to take with the king of the dwarves. I'll not suffer such behavior for long.